Interesting industry, and that's the handset industry. We've already seen as to how it's grown by leaps and bounds, and the COVID opportunity clearly is making it give that push even further. Also, there is a fair amount of hiring which has been buoyed now that the PLI scheme has been put on place. So let's welcome on board then. We've got with us Pankaj Mohindroo, the chairman at ICEA, that's the India Cellular and Electronics Association. Pankaj, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show. The global and local players, Pankaj, clearly are set to expand their factories and capacities in India under the PLI scheme now. How exactly are you sussing out the scalability and what it would really mean for local hiring?
We are absolutely delighted that we've bucked the trend of shrinkage of employment, and let me give you a little heads up. We have grown 1100% in domestic manufacturing over the last 5 years, from 18,900 to 2,15,000 crores. Now, the PLI is a catalyst both for global value chains and for domestic players. And there are confirmed investment agreements which have been made with 5 global players and 5 domestic players. I'm only talking about CBUs at the moment. I'm not talking about components. That is something the virtuous cycle is setting in now, and that will also get very robust. So each of these, the 5 signatories which are, Rising Star, Pegatron, Wistron, Honhai, and Samsung, these are the global players. Each of them is expanding capacity and to take care of the PLI benefit largely for exports. And this is a really sweet spot because a nation progresses when you become powerful in exports, which means that you take a portion out of the global GDP and bring that to your country with value addition here. So this is what is going on. The Indian players who were, very challenged till last year and till this year also, are getting together their strengths again. A lot more needs to be done there, but it is looking very buoyant. So we gave out a number of 50,000 fresh hiring, which is very conservative, and I'm sure we will do more than that. And these are where the jobs are needed most. These are jobs at the bottom of the pyramid plus. These are manufacturing jobs. These are jobs which, people come from rural areas and take employment. And a lot of them are young women who are, better placed for electronic manufacturing. Especially in South India, most of the hiring will be, young women from rural areas. So this is really the best thing which can happen for a nation. And this is only a beginning. I'm just wanting to tell you that.
As of last month itself, Pankaj, the government approved application for 10 mobile phone companies, out of which 5 were foreign firms. Has hiring already begun to take place?
Yes, absolutely. So one of these companies has the whole setup to be done yet. They have to really, get the location, start the factory. But the others are, doing this. The operational companies which were not, in an expanding mood at the moment yet, they first had to get back to the normal employment, which had got really, upset because of COVID, because a lot of labor had gone there. We have come back to almost normal in that the labor force has come back. We are almost at 90-95% now. So manufacturing is at level. So these are extremely challenging times. And, a lot of credit to the industry and to the factory leaders and to the CEOs that they've been able to do it in this. Where the expansion is taking place, especially these companies, which have the factories have already been set up. We could have done a lot more of hiring if the flow of technicians, machinery, capital goods, etc. would have been smoother, which has got, really disrupted because of COVID. Because COVID has impacted the entire world. So, but still, I think the leaders in the industry are doing a great job, and they've been able to normalize it, and brisk hiring has started.
Okay, so what does the demand scenario look like post-festive season, and particularly, how it stacks up vis-a-vis the major metros and rural areas, what you're seeing in terms of trends, particularly for smartphones, handsets and the like?
Quite good, frankly. Our first estimates in July were not very rosy. We were expecting a drop in demand of 10 to 15% compared to last year. I don't think that will happen now. By the end of March, we will almost reach the last year level, which is really good. Our exports would have taken off earlier, but for COVID and the delay in PLI announcement, because of the great disruption which was there because of PLI. But I give a lot of credit to the government also, that especially the ministry, MIT, that they were able to pull together everything and announce the PLI scheme in the middle of COVID. And not only that, this has become, the beacon for other sectors, and the other sectors have come in and announced PLI scheme also. So demand is looking good. Demand is looking very good. And I think the next year will be an absolutely bumper year for us. I think we have a good chance of, coming close to 2,75,000 crore kind of a domestic number. So no complaints about demand, frankly, at this moment.
Great. Thanks so much for joining us, Pankaj, and talking us through that. Good speaking with you this morning. We're going to take a very quick break. Back with more.